going on, y'all? So I have to tell y'all a story. It's currently about 4:30 in the morning. It's been a minute since I recorded a video, but I was just getting off work. Right, long day, man. It's been like 10 plus hours, and I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit. People are asleep. It's very spontaneous, but I was getting off work. It was about 3:30 in the morning. All right, I'm walking. I was walking back home, and I see a cop car. Right, it sees me, I guess. It turns around, stops me, and it says, "Hey, do you mind if we ask you a couple questions?" I was like, "Okay, cool." And the cop car comes towards me, and immediately I hand him my ID, right? And they ask me, what am I doing? Right? I say, "Look, I'm just going back home. I'm tired as hell." You know what I'm saying? So, um, he's like, "Cool. I hear the radio. Black male, black jacket, black backpack. I mean, that's what I had on, right? And it's not because they're racist or whatever. But, there was two cop men. Another cop car shows up. Another cop car shows up. Another cop car shows up. Now it's four cop cars. And, they say, do you mind if we ask you some questions? Or it was like some kind of thing, right? They gave me a little card. Where's this card at? Well, they gave me the card where I asked them at the end about all the information. But that's later on. So I go to the curb, right? I sit down, and a woman cop comes up, and she asked me a couple questions. I was just tired, man. I just want to go home. And they go through my bag. They was like, "Do you mind if we go through your bag?" I'm like, "Okay, cool, sure. I don't have anything. I just have my work stuff or whatever." So they asked me some questions. She asked me, your hair color, how tall you are, how much do you weigh, where do you live, where you coming from, why you walking around at this time, um, what's your nickname? Do you go by a nickname? Uh, are you an offender? Do you have a criminal record? I said, no, no, no. Look, I just want to go home. And understandably, right? Where do you live again? Okay, cool, cool. One cop asked me, now I want to ask y'all a question. Is that freedom to y'all? I'm just curious because I was just astonished. Not by them. It wasn't the cops. I mean, they were very respectful. That's why I'm calm right now, guys. I'm not overreacting. Many people may overreact, but I want to ask y'all a question. Is that freedom to y'all by any means? They might as well ask what kind of drawers I'm wearing at this point. I mean, I told them everything in the book about me. Nickname. Do you smoke tobacco? Do you see my teeth? You got a nice smile. I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. Understandably. But I have some questions. Is that freedom to y'all? Is that freedom? I thought I was crazy for a long time, man. When I was a kid, right, I asked my grandpa. All right, I used to ask a lot of questions. I said, "Grandpa," I was like, "Hold up, you know, we own this house, right? People own these houses, but they got to pay property taxes. I mean, isn't that like a fee, like credit cards have like little fees per year?" And he says, "Well, you gotta pay it, or else they'll get some." When I did real estate, I was doing real estate wholesaling. I was booty cheeks at it. I was horrible, right? But I remember there was something called tax delinquents, and it would be people where the state would get their property. It was just like, I'm just like, interesting. So you don't actually own the property. Well, you do own the property, but you got to pay a tax, right? I'm like, okay, interesting. Okay, so you don't really own it. It's just verbiage, right? I mean, what's crazy? Kids get this. Like they ask kids, right? I was watching this YouTube video. They asked kids. They said they showed them U.S. dollars, Monopoly money, and gold, and they asked them which one is different. They said gold. Gold is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is the right answer. Nothing's different about U.S. dollar or Monopoly money. We can't print money, but when the government prints money, it's legal. Interesting. So, guys, I'm not saying right or wrong. I just have questions, man, because I find it hard to believe that what's going on in society, man. I'm seeing what's going on. I've spent the last 2 years, man, since 2020, right? Since all this happened. I'm just seeing what's going on. I just had a time. Look, I got these books right here. I can show y'all these books right here. All right, I got my little charger on this because I wanna just get this out to the world. I just got back home. I'm tired. I didn't even eat yet. I haven't eaten in over 12 hours. Not to complain or whatever. I just need to get this video out here because I don't know what freedom is. All right, at this point, because this don't sound like freedom to me. You know, freedom in my opinion comes with responsibility. You know, it's choices. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? I used to be so against cannabis my whole life, like, and yeah, I'm glad my parents they kept me away from it. But I got to tell a little short personal story, right? I tried cannabis for the first time when I turned 21, of course, of age, and I just seen beauty in this plant. For so long, I was just so against it. And do I try it now? Of course not. I haven't tried in a long time. But that's responsibility. I'd rather have control over my mind and read books like this. And read books like, this is one of my favorite authors, and Robert Greene, another book is. And read books like this. All right, and grow my mind. I'm not sober. I'm gonna go to random pages on this book right now. Let's just read some pages from this book because I started reading like heavy in 2018. Wow, random page. Self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the objects of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistence, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize the domination thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Ooh, therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, therefore creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principles of autosuggestion. Man, this book was written in 1929 I think it was published in 1932 after the Great Depression. Are you kidding me? Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back at it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Let's go to another random time. Oh, I may be tired right now. But look, this is the reason why they banned reading during slavery. Okay. I ain't even eat, but we gonna read another page, right? Because I'm feeling good right now. Here we go. Oh, it's the same page. I'm sorry. There's a little bookmarker. Okay. Boom. Here we go. Another random page. Let's go right in. Remember also that every time you open your mouth in the presence of a person who has an abundance of knowledge, you display to that person your exact stock of knowledge, or your lack of it. Genuine wisdom is usually conspicuous, though modest and silent. Keep in mind the fact that every person with whom you associate is like yourself. Seek the opportunity to accumulate money. If you talk about your plans too freely, you may be surprised when you learn that some other people have beaten you to your goal by putting into action ahead of you the plan of which you talked unwisely. Let one of your first decisions be to keep a closed mouth and open ears and eyes. As a reminder to yourself to follow this advice, it will be helpful if you copy the following epigram in large letters and place it where you will see it daily. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Guys, this is random pages. Let's go to some other random pages. I ain't even looking at the book right now. You know what? I want to read this book. That's a big book. Let's keep on reading this book, okay? Close friends and relatives will not meaning to do so often have a handicap one's thoughts, one through, okay, let's just start over, okay? Close friends and relatives while not meaning to do so, often handicap one through opinions and sometimes through ridicule. Wow, this is kind of personal, guys. You know, which is meant to be humorous. Thousands of men and women carry inferiority complexes with them all through life because some well meaning but ignorant person destroyed their confidence through opinions or ridicule. You have a brain and a mind of your own. Use it and reach your own decision. If you need facts or information from other people to enable you to reach a decision, as you probably will in many instances, acquire these facts or secure the information you need quietly without disclosing your purpose. It is characteristics of people. It is characteristics of people who have but a smattering or a veneering of knowledge to try to give the impression that you have much knowledge. Such people generally do too much talking and too little listening. Keep your eyes and ears wide open and your mouth closed if you wish to acquire the habit of prompt decision. Those who talk too much do little else. If you talk more than you listen, you not only deprive yourself of many opportunities to accumulate useful knowledge, but you only disclose your plans and purposes to people who will take great delight in defeating you because they envy you. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm gonna eat first. This is a very spontaneous video. I haven't posted in a while. I hope this video finds somebody and, maybe it helps you out, maybe it not. But please, I want y'all to comment down below what y'all think about this. This is all spontaneous, but do we really have freedom? I want you to answer this question down below. What's your thoughts on this, man? Because, as a grown-ass man, I really feel violated. And they weren't disrespectful. They were none of that stuff. It's just, I personally want to have 10 kids, guys. I know that sounds crazy as hell. I want to have 10 kids. But if I want to be able to walk around at night at 4 o'clock in the morning, I know some people may say that's crazy. I like to do that. Why not? It's the nighttime. I lived cumulatively in my life 18 months in Yellowstone, so I know what a Milky Way looks like. I've seen stars right bright. I mean, just shining the light. Okay, why are you asking all these questions? Why are you asking all these questions? Okay, let me be. All right, I want to be a free black man. Okay, let me be. But who knows? I may be crazy. I may be crazy. I don't know. But comment down below, man. What y'all think about this? Freedom, sovereignty. What's your definition? All right. What's your thoughts on what I read today? Do you agree or do you disagree? I want to hear people's opinions. I am open-minded. Okay. It's not healthy to, listen to people that only agree with what you agree with. It's not healthy by any means. And I'm speaking for myself, guys. I've been able to change my mindset drastically by challenging my beliefs, many of them that were hindering me back, And, I'm just very thankful that I have a mindset that's open-minded to just be able to not think from an emotional standpoint, but think from a standpoint of, why? Why? And that has changed my life more than it's actually hurt me, and I'll end this video off with just one example, right? So my first time going to Canada, right? I drove from, I remember I told y'all that when I first went to Yellowstone my first year, I got a speeding ticket and it was almost $1,000, right? So I was like, why not? I had to go to the courthouse for that because I was speeding like 90 plus miles an hour in Yellowstone, all right? So I deserved that ticket. But with that being said, I chose to go drive to Calgary, Canada, right? I go to Calgary, Canada, and I get there, and it's just so beautiful, man. Like I'm driving past Glacier and just seeing these big rocks and seeing Montana. It was just so beautiful. So I get to the border, right? The Canadian Army Guard comes up. How's it going today? Oh my goodness, they got access to Canada like this. I'm like, this is wonderful, man. I get there, I go to the bank. And I personally trade currencies on my free time, to just make sure that I'm not losing time on my capital, right? Because pretty much inflation is just theft. Inflation itself is just, our time being printed away, or them magically making money. And now anybody that holds any currency, whether you're in Canada or US in this case, you're basically losing time. And it took me a while to even see that. They don't teach it in school. So I get to Canada, right? And I exchange my US dollars for Canadian dollars. And I told you I trade currencies, and just seeing the exchange rate that they gave me was like a ripoff, pretty much. And then I'm not blaming Canada. I mean, if you go right across the border, it'll be the same thing. Like, nothing changes, right? But I asked the question, why? Why is it that my neighbor, whether I go to Canada or I go to Mexico, I have to exchange my US dollar for another country's currency? How come we don't all have like a universal? Because think about money itself. Money is like a language, right? And again, if you're in Canada right now, if I ask you how much do you think that this deodorant costs, right? This is this right here, this Harry brand, guys. This is the good stuff right here, all right? But this Harry brand, you might say something Canadian dollars, right? Because that's what you've been using in your country. If you're in America, you're gonna say dollars, right? By Europeans, euros, all right? Well, in Colombia and Ecuador, right? Colombia, they use Colombian pesos, right? In Ecuador, they use American dollars, right? That's our language, and it affects how we behave. And I didn't even know this, right? I got that from asking why, because I'm just like, bro, I'm going right next door. Why do I have to use a different currency? All right, and it's a lot deeper than just, oh, it's Canada, they have their own currency. It's Canada, they have their own currency, and every government that's big enough, that has power, that can enforce that power on the people. And it's not to be negative against Canada, but like I said, it's just facts. We do the same thing, guys. This is not domestic, guys. This is every country that has that power is doing this. So it led me to another rabbit hole, like a whole rabbit hole of just, how do we even get money? What is the history of money? Like, how do we get to paper? Because then now I started from, I got to Canada, all right. And again, I didn't ask all these questions while I was there, but once I got back, and then my cousin who loves Canada, all right, he says, "Can you send me some Canadian dollars, some loonies and tunes?" I said, "I got you." He's like 10 years old, right? He just loves Canada for some reason, right? I'm not saying Canada's a bad country, but like, he just, like, for 10 years old, like, he just loves Canada. And I made sure I sent him the flag, I sent him the Canadian money. It was cool, all right? It was kosher, all right? But it led me down a whole rabbit hole, just the history of money and how we got, and I was astonished. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I think my next video is gonna be the history of just capital, right? Money, the history of it, and how we got here. Because once I tell y'all this, y'all about to be blown away. I'm serious, guys. This is not to hype it up, because it changed my whole worldview of everything. I'm gonna leave right there. Hopefully y'all having a blessed year. Happy 2022. I turned 25 this year, a quarter century, and I'm just feeling blessed, man. I'm really feeling blessed, lucky. And like I said, I'm reading this book right now. Like I said, they banned reading during slavery, okay? Look at these books, folks. Look at these books. And I'll recommend one book right now if you really want to challenge yourself. Read this one book. All right, it's called The Price of Tomorrow by Jeff Booth. All right, and I will start with, maybe not so much buying his book right now, but go on YouTube, type in Jeff Booth. All right, Booth, Jeff Booth, and just be blown away about what he's talking about and where we're headed. Because once I seen this man interview and just what he's talking about, I was like, oh my goodness, we are headed towards a future of pure innovation and exponential growth. And just 10 years ago when I had a PSP, this 2 gigs was enough for me. Now these phones have 1 terabyte. In the future, we're going to have a phone with 1,000 terabytes, which is what I think it's like a metabyte or a petabyte. I don't even know these terms anymore. It's ridiculous. Right, but I'm ending right there. It's already late. It's almost 5 o'clock, man. I must have really enjoyed myself in this video. But I'm gonna end it right there. But please, folks, comment down below, man. I want to hear your opinions, man, on just this topic. I've been all over the place in this video, recording in the bathroom. you gotta put it out there. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and guess I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.